Oh, you knew I was coming.
Yeah, I did. Come on in.
So this is the newest acquisition. Noah and I decided to partner on this deal. We're going to walk through the house first, and then we're going to go over the numbers, how much we expect to make, how much we got it for, what it's worth right now, and what our future plans are with this investment. Noah wants to go upstairs first, which has got definitely the most work to do. So we're going to reuse these amazing green mint chip carpets. No, we're not.
No, those are all coming up. All flooring upstairs. Pretty much new flooring throughout.
So these boards are on, or were on, a majority of the bedrooms. Matter of fact, all of them but 2. So these are out of date. Fun fact, the guy before us lived in this house since 1962. It's an older home, built in the early 1900s, and he's like 90. He's moving to Florida, taking everything. So we got kind of a motivated seller.
One owner since it's built.
What? 2.
It was his parents.
Oh,
they passed it on to him.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently it had no sentimental value to him. But this is all old. You're going to find like everything's outdated. Again, this is an old man. I think it was just him. His kids obviously moved out. So kind of let the house go a little bit. Most of it's way out of date. As you can see right here, there's 3 types of carpet within 6 inches. So clearly the guy wasn't up here more. You can already see they started ripping them off, and this came from this room, Noah. So let's talk about the first bedroom.
So the plan with this would be first to kind of mud over the glue, kind of rip some things off the wall, mud the cracks, all the holes, and then put a fresh coat of paint over all of this room. And like I said, all upstairs is getting brand new carpet throughout the house. But that's about it with this. New baseboards, trim at the top, since the drywaller really left a lot of gaps in the ceilings. So we're just gonna trim, that, and then baseboards. Okay. That's about it.
So these are a lot of these are smaller bedrooms. This might be the biggest or one of the bigger ones. So we're gonna be doing a lot of light colors. Matter of fact, white, obviously very modern. Bright white. We like the Behr Ultra Pure at Home Depot or Walmart. It's cheap. It's good. This obviously will need some coats. Some of the rooms were already darker. So you can see in the room that we're going to go in next, they already started painting and you've done 3 coats on it?
So it was like 2, but then third was just touch-ups. Since it's flat white, you can just kind of cover it up and it doesn't have any reflection. In here, I'm thinking this is going to really soak up the paint. Yeah. I'm thinking it'll be like 3 or 4.
Okay. So many of you guys hopefully know, I'm sure your mothers told you, the lighter the color, the bigger the feel of the room. If you have a lot of darker colors, like a dark gray, I had a dark blue growing up, it makes the room feel much smaller. So we're going to try to make it feel a little bit bigger, a little bit brighter. So we're going to do all these rooms white, all of them.
Everything in the house except for the downstairs is going to be white.
The kitchen too?
Yeah.
Living room is going to be gray.
So yeah, that living room and like that landing room is the only thing that's going to be gray. Yeah. Other than that, everything's going white.
Bathroom, I would maybe keep one of the bathrooms maybe a different color, like a gray or something.
Well, the one in here that we're going to show them here in a little bit, we're keeping that actual wood.
Okay. Okay.
Because it's the newest one. That's the only room up here that they actually updated to like a trendy wood.
Okay.
So we're probably
keep that. Not that it's going to add or decrease much value, but there's a difference between appraised value and perceived value, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. Obviously, the lighter colors help with the perceived value. I guess the value of the home doesn't really matter the color of the wall. Yeah. But let's move on to the next one.
So we can go to this one, the one that we already have basically done. This room, really, we have everything done except baseboards. As you see, we left paint because the baseboard will cover that up.
What are you doing for flooring?
New carpet.
You're going to do carpet in this room?
Carpet or wood. That's actually still undecided. I know we talked about that a little bit, about the value of it. And you think we probably should go with hardwood for actual value.
Personally like the LVP. It looks kind of like hardwood. Easy. It's cheaper, easier to install. Some of these lower quality flips, not that this is a low quality home, but this is not, going to be above like 300,000.
Yeah,
so we generally go with, what the home is worth. A lot of people that do flips wrong, they end up trying to spend so much on the kitchen, bathroom, but they don't understand the location physically cannot provide more value.
No, exactly.
So this is a nice street, nice part of town, but there's better parts. So we'll go probably cheaper on some things, like we'll talk about. This room is very small.
Yes,
very. What's the next one?
I will say the upstairs, the main thing is whatever flooring we do pick, we want to keep like that same theme throughout the upstairs, so then it's not like mismatching the whole time.
So you're gonna keep the carpet, I'd assume, in this room?
I think
it's it's like brand new.
I think the main thing is though with this house is there's so much like mismatch in theme. I don't want to like throw the mismatch theme off as well. So it'll probably depend on where we're at with the flip on money wise.
You could save a little money if you were to go with this color, if you could find it. I mean,
that's a I was thinking
could you find it?
I don't know. I was gonna look for it and then possibly just get the whole upstairs done. That's the only probably way we would do carpet up here is if we could find this.
So I'm not gonna tell the guy that he smoked, but this looks like the last flip we're currently doing. Very stained tracks. You could see the smoke kind of stained it. I don't know if this is his little hot box room here, this medical marijuana. But gonna have to change a lot of these tiles out, this light out. I don't think, are these rooms getting smaller or?
Oh, they get smaller.
So I mean, this is considered a legal bedroom. I mean, you can fit a bed.
Maybe in here.
You can fit a bed. These doors, man. So, the only thing we're gonna do is tear this out.
Yep. Tear this out. Same thing as that other room. Mud it, paint it. That's about it.
I actually had a bedroom about this size one time.
Did you really?
No, actually that size, just like a closet. Here you can see you guys already started mudding. Yep. Gonna keep this white, I'd assume.
Yeah.
You're not gonna paint those look kind of cool.
No, so this ceiling's the new one. We painted the ceilings in that other room because they were like very outdated and faded. So, but this is new. I could tell they did that. It took a lot of time.
So, pizza guy in a smoke break. Was there a murder case here or?
No, they tried staining the inside of the windows and just blasted it everywhere.
Or was this the barbecue sauce from Papatino's?
I was painting and eating, so.
Yeah. So, I guess talk to me, what do you do in this room?
This room? Same thing as the last, it's a common theme. We put one coat. This room was already white, so all we did is just throw one more coat over it to clean up all the messes and stuff, because their paint job was absolutely horrible. And then if you want to come on in here and get a back angle through here.
Camera lady dented a hole in the...
Right here, we have to finish the trim out on the door. I'll come this side so you can kind of see it. New trim all the way around the doors because you can see it's like gapped. And then we got to paint the door still.
Now, to our belief, there is no structure damage. We've had several inspections. Or what in the basement. There is a basement, not like a full basement, livable space, but it's crawl space. But it's not crawl space. It's kind of in the middle.
You can I can almost stand up. It's like
so there's one part where it is kicking out a little bit. However, we did get that checked, and there's no clear damage there. So I know it looks slanted, but I think just whoever did this kind of.
I think it's the roofing. I think it's like because there's nothing above us here, so I think it's like on slant out.
So real quick before we go to the next room. Have you decided you're gonna rent it, lease option, sell it, flip it?
I think I'm definitely gonna do a lease option.
Okay. So we're not in charge of rent. Some policies, if you do rent it, you can't allow your renters to paint the walls. However, some can go really crazy if they have young kids, and young kid likes pink, then purple, then blue the next day. So all we care about is whatever the cheapest, nicest paint looks like on these walls that we can slab on that it really opens the place up. Then whoever buys it can paint the walls next.
Exactly.
So moving on to the first bedroom,
bathroom.
Well, this is my bedroom because I too much. But real quick, Noah, kind of what I found is this is going to be the biggest home that we'll flip, single family home, because the appraisal or the value of the home from 2 bedrooms to 3 bedroom is a huge jump.
Yeah.
From 3 to 4 there's a decent jump. Yeah. But 4 to 5 there's really no jump at all.
Exactly.
And then with bathroom, 1 to 1.5 is a jump, and then 1.5 to 2 is a jump. After 2, 2.5,
it stays the same.
It's just a bunch of porcelain thrown, so it really doesn't matter. We could maybe do like a higher end, like a luxury, a mansion flip or something in the future. But we're gonna move on to more multi-unit as opposed to a lot of the single family stuff. So talk to me what your game plan is for this is not is this considered the master bathroom?
I don't know. You could say that, but I feel like the master would be all the way at the end of that hall, so it would be kind of far.
Is that the biggest bedroom?
No, the biggest one's that one that we were in that we put on already all the paneling.
Okay.
I would say in here, this is what the room I was talking about that they did brand new wood paneling all over there. which we kind of liked. So why paint over it? It's kind
Right.
of cool. I mean, the bathroom should be different than all the other rooms. So we want to leave that. There is thoughts going around that we're going to replace this. It's really old, very moldy. I don't know.
So this dog came with the house. Don't really know what its name is. Just found out its gender. The owner said he only sell the house if we get to keep the mutt. So we decided to keep it. Real sturdy dog. Downstairs, we'll probably leave this gray, right?
Yeah,
Kinda
we're
like
leaving it gray,
Um,
white trim.
Maybe replace some of these drop ceiling tiles. Most likely going to paint these tracks or keep them black.
Keep them black.
Keep them black. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything that needs to be done cosmetically other than
Down here, we're just changing all the baseboards that you can see down here to white. So
white.
it matches the trim throughout the whole house.
You said we couldn't save them.
Probably not. It's
No.
like foam. They're not even like wood.
Oh, these are the foam ones?
Yeah, they're all throughout the home like foam.
Oh my gosh, really?
It's bad. You can.
Oh, I see that.
Yeah,
right there.
yeah. I was gonna say.
I've never seen those.
No.
I've never seen those. Probably they're like.
I feel like the number one thing with this house is like there's no theme. There's so many mismatches all
I
around.
think when you're 90 years old and you're gonna kick it any day,
And then-
do you really care?
We're touching up all that white. You can
Right.
see they plastered it.
And so this gray carpet is
Mint.
going to go. This vinyl's gonna come up. Still not. We're still kind of indecisive on what's going in here for flooring, and then making our way into the very much spacious kitchen. There.
Okay.
So pretty spacious kitchen, a lot of cabinets. Unfortunately, these cabinets are just too old, and the skeleton within them we can't reface. That was an option, but we're gonna have to tear all these cabinets out. New cabinets. Might as well get new countertop. Pretty old countertop. I don't want to wrap it or anything cheap like that. We'll more likely do like some cheap backsplash back here. Really adds the touch of the kitchen. Keeping appliances.
Yeah.
Keeping appliances. New covers on outlets.
And then new paint all in here as well once we rip it up.
New paint, and then new flooring. And so this kitchen's gonna probably need some elbow grease, just tearing all this stuff up. Gonna have a lot of like a whole dump trailer load of stuff. New, probably keeping the kitchen sink.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
Dishwasher. Does this work? Can we try this?
Does it? It doesn't.
Does it work?
It kind of does.
Like
half.
Oh, so
Not that great.
So maybe we'd have to pick one up in like a Facebook
Maybe.
Marketplace?
Or just leave it open and then they put a slot in. Leave the slot open. That's another idea.
Yeah, some people don't even use them.
That's what I was thinking.
So like I said, that aluminum siding lasts a lifetime, so shouldn't need to change any siding. Walking to the backyard, so the neighbors, we talked about kind of where it is location-wise in our town. One is a really famous pizza place, so I can literally smell it walking next to this house, which is very tempting. And the house next to it, where actually is going to hopefully be our next acquisition. We'll talk about that. So it's a nice little back porch, little back shed. Very tiny and long compared to some of the flips we do. Obviously, the lawn's desirable. The lot it does have some value, but in a city, not many people need a massive lawn, if you will. So very easy to mow. That's about it. There was a playground thing here, but it was really shot, so we tore it down. Like I said, the roof should be fine for another 10 years, probably at least. And then, as you can see on the house to the right of us, it's an off-market deal. This actually was our first on-market deal we've ever done. I decided to partner with Noah, like we talked about, and he found this one on market, and we were able to lowball at $20,000 less than what it was listed for. The seller accepted. But this one, again, is the normal one that we usually do. Motivated seller, off-market deal. They moved out not too long ago. Really nice little back porch there. It's kind of cool. A little bit nicer, and we own this one, so we can have a better idea of what that was. A little bit of a busier street. The last house we got is literally not even a block down the road, but on an off-road next to a school. So it does appraise a little bit more because of that. Because busier streets are the nicer, usually aren't better, just because it's people have children, things like that. Gas station across the road, but this is probably the nicest part. We're landscaping here. Really beautiful front porch. The front part of this home is stunning. You don't need to stain it. You don't need to do anything like that. It's in perfect shape. Thank God. I hate replacing porches because they can get expensive with today's lumber. So that's all we're going to do, guys. Stay tuned to part 2 of where we are in renovations in a few weeks to a few months, and eventually, obviously, how much we make. So now we're going to go to my office, and Noah and I are going to sit down and talk numbers. Guys, so finding ways to be cost effective and saving more money on your flips are going to help you greatly. Now, I'm not going to sit here and buy the cheapest tile, the cheapest this, the cheapest that, because what you're going to have is a cheap freaking home. And you're going to have cheap tenants that don't really take care of the home. So, you know, some things I'd like to go a little bit more on, like the countertop, maybe the cabinets. But some of the paint and some of the flooring, you can find cheaper alternatives. Appliances, you can find these on Facebook Marketplace and things like that. Vanities. You know, there's a ton of ways to be able to save money. So quickly, before we head off here, let's do the numbers. So all in, Noah, with your 4K down, we'll say 8K to 10K.
We'll say 10K. Let's take
so 14K, you're all in, okay?
104,000.
Yep, and then you are going to sell it for roughly, you know, obviously we have our realtor fees and things like
let's
that.
just say we sold it right now.
So you're going to have your principal plus say $30,000 profit.
Yeah.
Your minimum going to make and walk away with a 200% gain off of your initial investment.
That's 6 weeks.
6 weeks. 6 weeks. So,
And I think realistically, like we are on track right now, we could get it done in 4 weeks. But you know, give a little wiggle room again.
we like to be a lot more conservative with our numbers.
Yes.
Last thing I do want to say is we can now leverage this asset we do have. So yes, it's going to make him 40K, but he's going to say, hey bank, I own this asset. I have you know, certain equity within this. Can I pull another loan? And maybe, hey, can I pull a bigger loan than 100K? And once he builds that relationship with the bank, they're going to let him start leveraging more, and then he can leverage the bank to, I guess, leverage his life. You know, make passive income and do whatever he wants. So outside of trading, we do a lot of this, guys. Try to keep busy because, you know, at 6 weeks, and this is not the best flip you've ever done, right? These numbers are kind of rookie-ish numbers. A flip to make over 30K at our age is good. If we're doing our work ourselves, 40K is pretty decent. But with how much we have in, with how cheap we got it, it's all about it. So last thing I want to talk about, I know I said last thing a lot, is make sure, don't be afraid to offer. You know, so we offered 90,000, he took it. We understood we might offend him, but at the end of the day, okay, let's go on to the next deal. Sorry you're offended. He was not offended. He said, give me my 90K, I'm going to Florida, and we got the deal, and we're making a lot of money on it. So do not be afraid to offer much lower than what it's listed for if it's on market, because this is where you make your money. If we bought it for 110K, this deal would have not made sense. We would have made $10,000 profit, $15,000 maybe. At that time, it's really not worth your time. So do not be afraid to offer, team. All right, guys, this is going to do it for this week's episode of Real Estate Investing. And episode was 1 or 2 of partnership with you. 2. Episode 2. Okay, so if you guys like these, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for part 3.